Dust is in my eyes, my blood is on the ground. Quiet little chuckle and the shuffling of the boots of the coward that shot me down. He turns toward the sunrise and I hear him softly say, I guess you've met your macho man, as the colors fade to gray.
Howdy, partners. Dust and Blood is a rabble-rousing, rootin'-tootin', bronco-bustin' podcast not suitable for the ears of young'uns. Take a gander at the content warnings and listen with care.
Welcome to Dust and Blood, a narrative play podcast set in the wild, weird fantasy West. I'm Blake, your GM, and our players are Keith Curtis as Jasper Graves, Corinne Hill as Myra Sting, Zach Parker as Maz Copernicus Pryor, and Gail Parker as Bonesaw. Last time on Dust and Blood, our heroes raced against time to rescue Myra from Jesse's diabolical trap. Maz, you just went through a massive explosion. Fire, smoke, choking into your lungs. Beams falling all around you. You were flung from the coffin that you had climbed into for protection. It was brutal. You are laying there on the ground, bleeding out from many wounds. The fire surrounding you, growing. You see your fiddle just out of reach as it begins to grow dark, and you close your eyes. And then you open your eyes. You're back in the wagon. Not Bonesaw's wagon, but another wagon, much, much further back. There's no fire, no smoke, just a soft afternoon light filtering into the wagon. The smell of a stew simmering nearby.
Well, I must say I quite enjoy this.
You hear voices, familiar voices. You hear Monty in the distance yelling something at your sisters as they shriek in happiness, something that was rare growing up.
Oh, that rascal's probably got himself into some trouble again. Better go see what it is this time.
You step out of this decrepit wagon. You look around and it's exactly as you remember. You see the rolling hills surrounding your home where you grew up. It is late afternoon, the hot, sticky Missouri air clinging to your fur. And you hear a light singing voice. A voice you haven't heard in years, coming around the corner of the wagon.
Ma?
Over here, Maz. How you doing, my little boy? Come on over.
But you're here. How is it?
Of course I'm here. Where else would I be?
It's good to see you, Ma.
Well, it's good to see you too. And as she starts to continue, everything seems to slow down. The flames around the fire that she's tending to become still. A small pixie that's flying past just freezes midair. You hear a voice rising up behind you. Melodious. It sounds a bit like a song being sung. It is smooth as glass, and that yet there's still something about it that just sets you on edge. It is familiar, something you've heard whispered in your ear. Mr. Pryor, I believe it's about time we met face to face.
Then show yourself.
You turn around and you see a man. He's wearing a very fancy suit. It is a 3-piece suit, well done up, a blue tie, human looking, and the lapels on his suit, rather than being a white or black or something, are this faint shade of red, very almost a pink shade. He has a mustache and goatee and the stubble of several days of not having shaved, but in that way that looks like it was styled. And he wears a pair of silver glasses over his eyes, making it so you can't see. Are you doing well, son?
Why are you showing me this? This was taken from me. You can't give it back.
That is fair, I can't. This place is, how do I say? Let's say I've been trying the stick for some time with very little result. So perhaps in your dying moments, the carrot will be more effective.
What do you have in mind?
It's fairly simple, Mr. Pryor. Because we have an issue. A fairly long-standing issue. You have been delinquent on your contract, sir.
I made no contract.
He laughs a little and massages his eyebrows and sits down on a barrel that wasn't there before. You kind of blink and it's like, oh, how did that barrel get there? That's not quite true, now is it? And he reaches from behind him and pulls out a fiddle. Very familiar fiddle.
That's mine, give it back.
Yeah, very well. And he holds it out to you.
Maz will snatch it from him and glare at the man with the top hat.
You see, you did own that. You won it fair and square from that previous fool. With that winning came a certain amount of contract. It's written all there in your copy. In fact, this whole time. You owe me music, songs, souls. Yet all I have is ash. And he grinds his hand together, and this just blackened ash falls from it. And I have plenty of that here already.
My fingers have bled making that thing sing high praises.
Oh, well, that is true. You most certainly have. But you haven't been doing it correctly, now have you?
I beg your pardon?
You've read the terms of your contract, have you not?
Why not you spell them out for me? I'm not too much on the reading.
I suppose that's fair. It's quite simple. You bring me souls. Souls as part of this contract, this pact that we have. And I give you power. Power to burn your enemies into the ground. You've definitely been using those powers, but figured after several months of you being plagued by them nightmares, you would finally realize that you needed to read more about the specifics. I recommend you find somebody who is skilled with their reading. And he flicks and clicks his hands again, and the fiddle that was in your hand is suddenly back in his hand. And he holds it up to the light and turns it around, and you see shining through onto the ground is text that you haven't seen before.
Now that's damn sneaky.
Well, I find that within the prideful artist contract, it makes it you only have to ask the questions and you'll give the answers. But most people don't care to know the specifics, they just want to prove they're the best. Isn't that right?
I am...
Just like every other person who's held it before you. You have been the best. So was the guy before you. Going back dozens of years. He leans in more. You owe me souls, Mars.
What kind of souls?
Souls of those who think that they're better than you. Souls of those who think they can challenge you. Souls of artists who think that they can take your place. That's what this contract is. It brings the most delectable of souls down to me.
And if I refuse?
If you refuse, well, you think you've been going through hell. You think that this, what you have been experiencing, is hell. And he leans in again, and as he does, the air around him shifts. All of a sudden, this field that you have been on feels less like a giant outdoor space, and it feels like you're on a stage. The ground beneath you feels very spongy. Behind him, it's like there was just a wall, and you can actually see his shadow being cast up on it. Well, you think it's his shadow, but as you look, there's something odd about it. You see wings extending on the shadow, horns curling up in a tail, and wherever the shadow lands is not this idyllic scene from behind, but rather a hellscape of fire and brimstone. He leans in, his far too many teeth in his mouth, sharp and pointed. If you do not fulfill your end of your contract before you die, I mean, you've seen the lemurs round, you've called some of them up, right? A few 100,000 years as one of them. Might show you what happens when you cross and break a contract with Tidavilius.
How many souls?
As many as you can get me. You keep them coming to me. Steady stream over your life. I'll make sure you have an honored place next to me.
And what makes you think I give a damn about sitting next to you on a hidey-tidy throne?
I think that you know what the alternative is. You've glimpsed a portion of it in your dreams. And as he says this, the ground begins to burn. It begins to burn into the soles of your feet. I think you know that the alternative would be much, much, much worse. You could always just try to pass the contract on to somebody else, but I don't think you'd like what happened when you lose. And as he says this, you see a lizard folk that you recognize crawling across the ground. His hind legs are missing, and all of the scales on his body have been plucked off. And each time he places a hand to crawl forward, a spike drives up through it.
Tempter, is that you?
The creature is just groaning in pain. Tidavilius says, "Now, we can be friends, Mozzarella. We can be good friends. I can make your life so powerful, and I can make your enemies fall before you like so much burnt cinder. Or I can make you suffer for eternity. You will burn if you cost me this contract. My right. I have worked for too damn long to get this contract. I'm not gonna let you ruin it for me. Do we have an accord? An understanding?"
We'll see about that.
He smiles and sits up, slaps his knees. "That's good enough for me. Read your contract, Mars. Find somebody who can read it for you. I'll see you soon." And he turns into this ephemeral smoke and wafts away. And as he does, the world around you begins to fade into darkness and fire. The place where his shadow had been begins to grow across the entire scene. Fire and brimstone growing. The bodies of your siblings that were frozen in place mid-play begin to erupt into this roiling flesh, becoming lemurs. Your mother is dragged down the hill by hellhounds. The wagon behind you erupts into flame, and you see, in the distance on a hill, that man smiling. Myra, Jasper, and Bonesaw, you just saw the entire building erupt into flames. It is burning down in front of you. It is a massive explosion.
Boss! Bonesaw dives at the burning wreckage as if to, like, claw it aside. He's still 14 feet high and very big. But just as his hand is about to go into the burning embers, he freezes. It jerks back a little bit and then forward, and then he just sort of stands up and goes still.
Bones? Is that Bones? Person?
Templeton may return when he is no longer trying to harm the vessel.
Vessel? The hell are you talking about? What the hell did you do to Bonesaw?
I don't know, but we gotta get Maz out of there. If he's still alive.
Ah, shit.
He might have gone down the stairs.
Myra's gonna try to see if there's a way in.
There is definitely a way in. It looks like the chimney itself got like fully blown out. There was probably a lot of explosives packed in there. There's a couple of windows, and Bonesaw is standing right in front of a door to get inside.
Myra goes up to Bonesaw and looks at whoever it is that's behind that mask and points at it and says, "You give my friend back, and we'll make sure that your precious vessel doesn't get damaged."
Can you roll me an intimidate?
Oh, I don't know if I'm that intimidating. I'm missing a finger. Ooh, I got a dirty 20.
How tall is Myra right now? Is she still tiny?
Well, she's...
Where the Blackburned go right now?
I completely forgot about that. How long does Reduced Person last?
8 minutes, I would say.
As she walks up and as she's like getting angrier, she actually starts to wear off and she starts to grow.
Yes.
I want that little taste of the Bonesaw growing in size. So it probably looks really dumb because it's just this tiny little snake. I'm like, you let him, and then like as she's growing, her voice gets deeper and she gets back to her full height.
Whatever is in Bonesaw stares at you for a long moment. Even with the mask on, you sort of get an expressionless feeling from them. And then they just incline their head and say, "Very well." And then Bonesaw says, "I'm coming!"
Bonesaw. Your friend, who seems to be taking up residence in you,
My what?
you have a friend that is not
Moz! He's
you.
under the wreckage!
No, we're gonna grab him. Stay here. Just...
No,
I'm sorry. Please, Jasper, could you watch Bonesaw or help me with something?
I think I'm gonna try something here, but I need to confer with the GM here.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a Fortitude save, Moz.
Yep.
DC 15.
Hey!
Oh, shit.
Hey.
Fantastic.
You're doing good. You're unconscious.
I'm unconscious.
Downstairs, but you're doing okay.
It's not very good. Y'all better get your shit together. I ain't gonna get another nat 20.
Yeah.
We're coming.
With the Entangle spell, do I get to have any choice or direction over the type of plants? that are used.
They generally tend to be whatever plants are in the area.
Okay, that's fine. We're in an area where the plants that I need might be of use. All right. So, second question. My knowledge of nature is modeled after my long search for trefoil vitae. And when I was a school teacher, when I taught at the higher levels, I taught botany. So I've got a good thorough grounding of plants. My hope is to use the entangle spell to summon fire retardant plants to smother the fire.
Oh, you genius.
The two that I'm thinking of that would likely be in this area are either manzanita or yucca.
Those are both definitely in the area.
Okay.
What's your current knowledge nature bonus?
I have a plus 12.
Okay, yeah, that I'm not even going to make you roll for that.
Alrighty.
It might not necessarily, fully tamp down, and there might still be embers, but it would certainly make anybody who's rushing in, they would not really have to worry about the flames. However, because of the way that the entangle spell works, it'll be spread out and it'll slow them down getting through the smoke and stuff.
But it's hopeful that we can turn however deep that cellar is, which we do not know at this point, from an oven to uncomfortable. We might have to dig through the plants at some point to get down there, but we need to stop the fire as soon as possible, I think. All right, let's see. Myra, hold back. Rub my hands together, raise them up, and I'm going to clench them together. And as my hands clench together, you can see all the native plants that I'm looking for just kind of close in on this area and fill that entire house and beyond with as much yucca and or manzanita as I can possibly summon.
It's a little butterfly garden in there.
Plant wizard.
As you do this, it just and starts scrambling, and you see the yucca plants growing out, their roots pulling in, dropping seed pods. They're coming from a bit of a distance to converge on this area. And immediately as they are going in, the fire starts to try and lick at the plants, but it is losing steam incredibly fast, and it's smoking up. And there's a significant amount of smoke, and it's gonna be difficult to see when you go in. But the immediate threat of fire has been tamped down.
If only I could do that with tobacco.
Myra turns and looks at Bonesaw. It's like, all right, let's go.
Oh, excellent. Is it still hazardous to enter? I'm just trying to figure out if I would be able to at all.
Oh, yeah. It is much less dangerous.
An acceptable level.
Yes.
Cool.
Maz, give me another fortitude save. Actually, everyone who's rushing in, give me a fortitude save, too.
I am not rushing in.
15 for everybody except for Maz. It is 16 for Maz.
12.
Which failed.
14 for Myra.
I am not rushing in because I'm as dry as kindling.
It's like flash paper.
Bonesaw and Myra, you both start coughing and choking as you are rushing in. Maz is not doing good, too.
Is my bleeding hand, has the wound closed, or am I still losing a lot of blood?
It has been staunched. It looks like somebody put a hot iron on it.
I was gonna ask if I needed to do that. Okay, you already did it for me. Thanks, Jesse.
That's on your right hand. Your left hand is just a pile of bones. It got smashed by Jesse and the hammer.
She's using her elbows to kind of feel around while keeping her injured hands kind of tucked in, and she's like trying to use her forearms to feel her way.
God, Myra! Drink this now!
Save it for Maz. We'll get Maz first. Maz first.
Fine.
You both begin to make your way in. Give me perception checks at a -7 penalty because it is very smoky.
14 minus 7 is 7.
22 minus 7 is
15. Okay. So with a 15, Myra, you're able to, through the smoke, you see what appears to be a path downstairs.
okay.
And Bonesaw, are you still large?
I turned large like a round or two after Myra turned small, so I'm probably shrinking to 7 feet at this point. So I'm still large, but not magically huge.
Give me a 1d100.
Interesting. I love secret random rolls.
I don't.
83.
83. You wanted below an 80.
Okay.
As you step in, you're still slightly large.
No.
The floor breaks underneath you.
Could she get a 3-point bonus from all the manzanita and yucca?
Who needs stairs?
So, Myra, you're almost at the stairs, and you turn around when you suddenly hear a
Oh my god.
crash as Bonesaw falls through. You're getting small as you fall.
Bastard, damn it!
Roll 1d6 for me.
3.
Okay, take 3 points of falling damage. Everybody who's inside, give me another fortitude save. DC 16 or 17 for Moz.
11.
My DC's getting higher. Ooh, and I passed.
22.
Yeah, you passed. Bonesaw passed. Myra, you are coughing and choking some more. You're gonna take 1d6 non-lethal damage.
Okay. Smoke.
Bonesaw, you sit up and you appear to be in the basement of an area. You see that there appears to be some flames still percolating on what appear to be barrels of some fluid. You see a door to your immediate right that has a bunch of these barrels. The door was blown outwards and you're laying on it right now. Some piles of ash to the north and a door to the south of you.
Mozzarella, you had better be alive, or I'm talking your pay.
You actually see Moz laying on the ground, unconscious.
I run over to him. I scoop him up.
Myra, what are you doing right now at the top of the stairs?
Did she fall down with Bonesaw?
Nope, she was far enough away that she was not caught in the fall.
Okay. She's going down the stairs. She's gonna go find Moz and help bring him out.
You hear Bonesaw calling out to Moz. Bonesaw, you have picked up Moz. Give me a perception check.
29.
Nice.
Fantastic. Even through the kind of crackling and smoldering, you hear a plink, plink, as two things fall from Moz's back.
Can I see what they are?
Yeah. You look down and it looks like it is 2 stones. 2 gemstones specifically. One of them is cracked pretty heavily down the middle, the other has a little bit of chipping, but
Moz is unconscious.
yes.
I'll spare a moment to scoop them up and put them in my pocket. Is Myra within range of my mask doing a burst of positive energy?
Unless she calls out to you, you wouldn't know she's downstairs yet.
Okay, I think he's probably gonna do it anyway for Moz's sake.
Okay. And as you do that, everybody give me another fortitude save, DC going up by 1 more.
I was gonna die. Saved only to be choked.
Oh,
no!
Oh no!
It's a natural
14
one. I
for
need to
me.
get the fuck out of there.
Moz and Myra are both going to take 1d6 non-lethal damage.
Bonesaw sends out a burst of healing light,
Okay.
healing 8 points of positive energy.
Alright.
You find that as you cast this, it crawls under your skin and you start to feel it burn.
That's alright, that's alright. We're all going to be okay. Come on, boss. Boss, come on. He's patting his face, trying to get him to wake up.
Am I up?
As this energy suffuses into you, you've been seeing this hellacious scene unfolding in front of you, and suddenly you start feeling yourself getting slapped on the face, and you wake up, and you're in Bonesaw's arms.
Bones!
Yes,
What are you doing down here?
saving your hide as usual.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Yes. Bonesaw doesn't put him down. He keeps carrying him.
There are some things I'd like to have been doing while they're down there in the cellar.
Yes, what are you up to?
I am pulling my 50 feet of rope out of my handy haversack, along with my water skin. I'm calling Smokey over to me, and depending on how much time I have, I am tying one end of the rope to the saddle horn, and I am wetting down the rope with the water skin, and I'm getting ready to drop it down through the hole that Bonesaw made for when they need to come out of there so they don't have to go, up burning stairs or something. And Smokey can help pull them out, because I have no idea. I have got no idea how big anybody is around here anymore.
So
Fantastic.
smart.
Oh, that's good. That is very good. because we are at round 5 of all this, so that was a good choice. Myra and Bonesaw and Moz, as you're starting to kind of collect in the main basement area, you suddenly hear the of a wet rope fall down behind you.
Bones?
Smokey's got the other end!
Bless that clever horse!
Come on up, we'll help!
Take Moz first!
Here, hand him to me.
I'm just getting past
You can throw
With
Moz.
your broken hand
Just kidding.
and your
Just kidding.
missing finger.
Just kidding. She says, never mind. I'll hold the rope for you.
If Jasper didn't already, I'll tie the end into a loop so we can just cinch it around him real quick. Alright!
Yeah.
Pull! Try not to knock his head. He can't afford to lose any more brains.
Yeah, you pull Moz up and out. You get back up and out. Oh, who goes last?
I'll go last. Myra's injured.
Just as Bonesaw is getting pulled up by Smokey, you hear a as the entire upper floor collapses down in on the basement, and the roof begins to cave in.
Bonesaw!
I'm coming!
Bonesaw's out. Everybody's out. Like, this is happening after you guys got out.
Oh, you said, like, who was the last one? I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Moz, you have been pulled out. You're on the ground. Everybody is just in rough shape after that.
Alright, healing! Bonesaw, I'm just gonna blow through all my elixirs and use the wands to get people up.
Okay.
Has Jasper taken damage?
A tiny bout. Don't waste your juice on me.
Well, I mean, certain juice only works for us.
Exactly.
Moz is gonna neglect treatment until he goes and he is going to sort of drag himself towards the wreckage of the house and is going to start playing with the ash and sort of covering his fiddle with the smoldering remains of what is left of the house.
Mozzie dear, now is not really the time to be playing in the dirt.
Don't look, damn it!
Alright.
Moz, you managed to take care of your business. Oh no. I just thought of something. Moz, give me a 1d20 roll. Trying for above a 10.
Gotta love those random rolls.
As you are taking care of your business in the ash, you suddenly realize you're missing something from your bag. Or, more importantly, someone.
Sheriff! Sheriff! Where are you, buddy? Damn it. We gotta go back.
As you're sitting there, all of a sudden, from beside you,
Oh, there you are, bud.
it appears that he had fallen out of your bag before you had gone down the stairs.
Oh, come here, bud.
That's a smart frog.
Keep him in line for me, pal. Keep him in line. Moz is going to take a good long lick from the sheriff's bag and put him back in his pocket.
That ain't right.
That explains some things.
Turn to Myra. He's gonna need to, like, see a doctor or something professional, I think.
I don't even know.
You say that to Myra, but I don't hear it.
I was trying to whisper because I just know, oh, I've got something for him.
Roll deception.
I got a 25 perception.
Okay, hold on here. Hold on. Just
Or stealth. Give me a
stealth is much better. Stealth.
Yeah, give me a
Bam.
stealth
Not
roll.
good enough.
Yeah, Bonesaw, you definitely overhear that.
Excuse you! I am a professional! I have a degree from Horvard! Listen,
Horvard.
Horvard.
And you're
Yes,
Horvard.
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 Oh, fuck, that was funny.
Bonesaw continues to heal people with the wand.
Yeah, I'm at full now.
Alright, thanks, Bones.
Thank you.
You see, I am. Look how good they look.
It's just- I mean, Myra's still missing a finger, ain't she?
Yep. The broken hand, as you get all of the healing up and you're healed up to full, the last thing you feel is all of the bones kind of get back into place.
Oh, that was painful.
So your left hand is healed, but you're still missing your finger.
As Bonesaw says, see, they look fine. He bops Jasper once on the head with the wand to get any little scratches he has or anything.
All right. What do you give me?
4.
4.
There's a Horvard education for you.
I do not wish to argue with a Horvard graduate, but holy cats, Myra girl, what happened? Did that mangy no-count piece of trail garbage, did he do that to your hand?
Yeah. Yep. He conked me out some poison, and I was on a horse, and the horse was all bony, and I woke up and it was just gone, and I couldn't move well, I couldn't fight. He was talking about how he, owns the town, and he was gonna show me what he does to anybody, any upstarts that come into his town and try to cause trouble. And we need to get the law involved. We need to get something involved, because that psychopath is way many steps ahead of us. We almost died. Maz almost died. I almost died.
Gonna make that bastard pay for what he's done.
If he's thinking he owns the town, then the town's gonna have to pay for a funeral. This can't go without answering.
I agree.
All right. I know that the house is gone. Do we have enough evidence here with those graves out there to pin this on him, or do we need to administer some frontier justice?
I like the frontier justice idea. I also have another thought. I have a sort of magic that can make you look like another person, and show if we wanted to slip on Jesse's face and set something on fire or rob a bank or something, and then let the law go and catch him for it, then...
Or he could just walk into a jail and confess.
That's a good one.
Or stand on top of a roof and yell out his confession so that whoever was transformed would not have to be in a jail cell.
We'd have to break out whoever did it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have him yell out his confession from a rooftop, and then he just kind of disappears. But nice public place. Enough for people to come out here and investigate anyway. Now, I don't think there's any way he can come out here and erase, good God, there are 8 or 9 graves out there.
There's no real way we can tie him to them, though.
Well,
how about my goddamn hand? And she furiously shows her hand with a missing finger, and she says, "What am I gonna tell him, that I just chopped it off myself?"
Well,
a life behind bars is too good for Jesse Blackburn.
Listen, let's gather evidence for now, but Catalina should trust us, and even if we don't have solid evidence from here, we at least need to let somebody else in on what's going on.
Here.
Before he kills us and nobody finds out.
Depending on who's in those graves, that could be plenty of circumstantial evidence to point towards him if they all are people who have notoriously had a run-in with him.
About siding with the sheriff, Bones might have stolen a thing or two before we left in a not so subtle manner.
Oh, Tish Tosh, I left a note.
Well, you're gonna have to get that all hunky-dory before we go and act like upstanding citizens of the law.
Fair.
If we get a few weeks in the pokey, who cares? We can admit to that. We can show them how serious we are. That, yes, we did this, but our friend was in trouble, and this psychopath almost killed us. And
I need this properly clarified. If we waltz back into town and Jesse is sitting with his smarmy grin in the railroad office like he did nothing wrong, we're not going to turn him into a sticky pile right then.
Probably not, because we do not want to spend the rest of our lives in a jail cell.
About that magic you got, Bones.
Yes.
Can it make someone a few inches taller?
Oh, yes. If you wanted to do it, Moz, it could turn you into Jesse. You're both humanoid. You're sort of shaped the same. It could make you look like him.
There's not a jail cell on this world that can contain Mozzarella Copernicus Pryor.
Oh, don't I know it?
I'm still marveling over that Copernicus.
What do you think? A little con, Mozzie, just like old times?
Just like old times, Bones. Why don't we head on back to town?
Excellent. Myra, I'm sorry I can't do the finger. But the lady at the church might be able to. Mother Beatrice?
That'll work. Bonesaw, you have no idea just how grateful I was to hear your voice in that moment. I swear to God, when I die, don't bury me, because even my dead soul will be uncomfortable underground. Just burn me to cinders.
That can be arranged.
Jesus Christ.
Myra, I don't have that many friends. I wasn't going to let one of them disappear.
Bones, are you possessed by something?
What sort of a question is that?
Do you remember killing the lemur?
The what?
Do you remember how you got from the door? You're about to go smash a bunch of things, and then all of a sudden you were back over at the grave.
Oh, well, I probably walked. Like most normal people, you know.
Whenever you're ready to talk about it, just let me know, but...
Myra, the thing you have to understand, zombie brains, they're a little past the due date, you know? It's not always easy to connect the dots.
I can attest to that.
Bonesaw! And she actually gets really pissed off, and she actually grabs this 7-foot-tall motherfucker.
Bonesaw flinches.
You saved my life, and you went through a hell of a time doing that. You might be in danger. Okay? No more bullshit. No more of this bullshit. If you're in trouble, you need to tell me. It's the least I can do.
Bonesaw is just sort of limp in Myra's grip, and he says, Myra, I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Sense motive? Nothing.
I'm gonna roll a pose, but I'm gonna do it secretly, so you don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I would like to help Myra's roll if I can. And during this altercation, I'd say, now might be a good time to come clean, Templeton.
Ooh. Bonesaw's head snaps over to Jasper, and he sort of clocks it for a minute. Why did you call me that?
Number of those messages that you were so keen to retrieve, couldn't help but noticing were addressed to one Templeton Throckmorton.
Yes.
Bonesaw ain't a Christian name. It's more of a nickname, seems to me.
Well, I think it's mine.
You see absolutely nothing but sympathy in Jasper's face.
Aww. Myra, for your check, I don't think you can tell whether he's holding something back or not.
Well, this turns out someone else also thinks you're Templeton Throckmorton. The thing that kind of showed up in your skin?
Sorry, what?
I guess you really didn't know. You changed briefly. You took off your mask. You calmly walked over. You slew a beast from hell as if that was the very top thing on your list to do, and referred to yourself as Templeton Throckmorton, or at least a vessel.
Bonesaw sort of shudders. All right. Good to know.
Myra at this point is kind of, she's calmed down a little bit. She's let go Bonesaw and she's trying to be more gentle.
I didn't hurt anyone, did I?
No, not at all. You killed a beast from hell, which it was happening to help us at the time, but it wasn't necessary, and it was fine.
Oh, don't worry about it, Bones. We've all killed things that are far worse than that, so let's just go get a drink. How about that?
Alright, well, you're all still here, and no one else was here, so there aren't any, bodies or... No, I'm sure that's fine. I like the drink suggestion.
Bonesaw, can I show you something? Jasper is going to pull out... It's a book that you've seen him read on the trail. The title is Foreplays by Shakespeare. But he always seems to be reading the end of the book every night. And at the end of the book, which he opens to, there are various notes and such, but written at the very top of the first blank page are 5 names. Petunia, Albert, Emma, Edward, and little Clara. This is the only way I can remember their names. They just won't stick anymore. I can't see their faces. All their faces are in a little gold pocket watch about this big. It was lost some time ago. I don't know if your name now is Bonesaw or Templeton or whatever, but you ain't alone in this. I got your back, and I understand where you're coming from. A little trail of dust travels down one cheek.
Bonesaw sniffles loudly under the mask.
Blake sniffles.
Thank you, Jasper. That's very sweet. You can share goiter with me anytime you want to.
It's awful generous of you. He says with completely straight face.
Yes, you should have taken a shine to you.
I am rather charming. He's going to carefully put his book back into his handy haversack.
Well, I liked Moz's drinks idea. Does anyone know a good bar in town?
I will say, it is very late at night. Like, it is middle of the night.
Well, I think it sounds like we have a horse to return and an attempted murder to report, and possibly several other murders.
Oh, you're no fun.
Well, I tell you what, you guys can drink, but I know what I'm going to do. As soon as I can get to the general store, I'm going to buy myself a 5-pound sack of gypsum powder. Come out here and mix up some plaster of Paris. I just know that Jesse has to have left tracks and prints all over this place. I'm going to get us some evidence.
Any idea where the bastard Blackburn might have run off to?
We didn't run into him.
Right. There any tracks nearby?
Give me a survival check.
I want to know where the dead horse went.
All right, plan B. We get a lot of white makeup, put it all over Myra, and she slithers into town. And with her good hand points at him.
I am the ghost of Christmas past. No, I'm Myra.
We kill him with a heart attack.
To be honest, I don't think that even scare him. I think he'd be pleased. He'd be like, oh, good. I can taunt you more.
I made a ghost.
18. Perfect. In addition to all of the normal horse hooves, you see a couple that look a bit different. They don't sink in quite as deeply, but they're kind of cracked and broken. They appear to be heading south towards perdition in a different direction than all of you came up from. Clearly taking a bit of a roundabout way to get home.
Well, now there is an idea. This is a possibility. Somebody like Jesse, I reckon he wouldn't be content just to go straight home and not know exactly what happened, because that bastard set up some traps. Some very specific traps designed to catch both Myra and her friends. I wouldn't be surprised if he ain't gone too far, and a great big old fireball might give him a pause to sit and have a drink or something. We could try following his tracks.
I'm for it. Perhaps we can catch him before he gets into town.
I can see in the dark, and Smokey don't touch the ground, so...
I don't know what other traps he has laid for us, but there's going to be traps no matter what. We might as well get him as soon as possible before he sets up even more.
Well, sooner he gets back to town, the sooner he can start laying alibis and such. It's worth a shot. Ain't been that long.
Should we check out the other graves and stuff and try to get the evidence?
They might be booby-trapped.
On the map they have markers, but I doubt they actually have big old grave markers with names on them. Yeah. My first victim!
As you look, you actually do find one of them does have a marker on it. Does anybody read Elvish?
Nope.
No.
I don't think Maz reads English.
English, Apache, French, and Spanish. Nope. No Elvish.
Can I make an etching of it so we can find someone in town?
Yeah, you're able to... It takes like a couple of sheets of paper, and it just takes like 2 minutes to do the whole thing well enough. You make your way back following this trail. It is a winding trail, clearly designed to throw somebody off the track. Somebody give me another survival check.
I would like to do that if I may.
Yep, go for it.
Nice.
28.
Perfect. You're able to quite easily follow it back. There doesn't actually appear to be anybody waiting nearby. It is just going straight back towards town.
All right. And I assume that if we follow this, we will eventually arrive back in town, but we do not intersect Jesse at any point before that?
No, you do not.
Yeah, I thought for sure he is the type who'd gloat.
How do we get this bastard alone?
I don't think we can. Not unless if it's a challenge. Not unless if it's something that he allows. We have to goad his ego, again, as dangerous as that is.
Well, there ain't a jail cell, but maybe we can have the sheriff lock him up in one of them train cars.
That's right, the jail cell got blowed up, didn't it?
Yep.
Twice.
As you approach town, despite its late hour, there does appear to be a bit of a bustle. You guys are approaching from the north, getting close to the railroad track again.
You know, I think I'm going to go the long way around and avoid all the lights and Main Street and everything until I have a chance to smooth over my little incident with the horse.
You sure your car's not impounded?
It had better not be.
Gonna be a German lady sitting on top of with a Gatling gun.
She's like, I'm waiting for you. I know what you look like.
It'll take you about 30 extra minutes to get all the way up and around, to go far enough out of the way that you're sure that nobody's going to see you.
I'm tempted to go handle it now, but she's not going to like me if I wake her up in the middle of the night.
It does appear that there are lights on the north side of town.
Oh, no. Myra kind of quickens her pace, but she makes sure that she doesn't go off again on her own like she did last time.
I feel like we should stick together.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep.
We should
Learning that the hard way.
probably be following Bonesaw there.
Myra, it's gonna be your call. Are you filing a complaint, or are we handling this ourselves? I'm fine either way. This is a rat bastard. A rabid dog who needs to be put down.
Maybe we do both.
Well, Jesse says this is his town. If we make this inhospitable for him, he either jumps ship or goes down in a blaze.
I think one thing to consider is that if we don't say something now, we look guilty if we bring it up later.
Yes.
Good point.
And I think even if he's accused, he does have a lot of sway, and as much as I hate to admit it, the Blackburn Company very much does hold a hard hold on this town. So at the very least we should tell Catalina about it, but maybe not make it known just yet. Maybe we let the sheriff know what we saw and that we're going to gather more evidence.
We could also ask her take on it. She's pretty upright.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
And she likes me, so
In any case,
I'm sure
Catalina's our first order of business.
she probably won't arrest me.
Bones, you're gonna have to wait on your horse.
The metal horse underneath you, Bonesaw, just... It gives this, like, echoing sound.
Oh, that's new.
Maybe we leave that outside of town.
No, he's staying with me until I can give him back.
Your call, Bones.
I don't want anyone saying they found my horse, so of course it was stolen. No, I'm bringing it back. It's staying with me.
I'm not breaking you out of jail. Again.
Here's a possibility that there is a magical horse, correct? Why don't you get nearby, get off, and tell the horse to go home and see what happens?
Yeah, I might just go back.
I know if I were going to make a magical horse, that's one of the first things I'd tell it to, is how to get back in its corral.
Well, I'd really like to smooth things over with that lady. Especially because I'd like to buy the horse from her, and I really need to make friends first, so...
Well, you do have that special charm.
Thank you! Oh, that's very sweet of you to say. I'll just hold on to it for now. I'm sure Catalina won't arrest me once I explain.
Are you going in, circling around and going in from the south, or are you going in straight north?
Catalina's is on the north, right?
No, it's on the south.
Oh, then we may as well circle around.
Yeah, we don't want to ride through town with a stolen mechanical golden horse.
Parading about.
Yeah. Let's circle around and come in from the south to see Catalina.
Okay. Also, did you all bring Myra's horse with you? How's she been riding back this whole time?
On the mechanical horse with me. Can it handle two?
Very much, it can carry it. However...
But my snaky form.
Yeah, Myra is wrapped around it, is definitely in no,
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it does not look comfortable for her at all.
She's gonna need some aspirin.
Yeah. You all circle around the outskirts of Perdition, avoiding drawing too much attention. You make your way into town and you approach from the south side. While you do see a light on in Catalina's office, you notice that the front door is open. It's just unlocked, open fully. Off in the distance, you see two figures standing in the middle of the street on the north side of town, illuminated by what appears to be some sort of light. You can't tell much more than that from this distance.
Is the office empty?
Are you going to approach to see?
Sure.
You do see that it is indeed empty.
Great.
I have a feeling she's probably that way. There's something going on north of town. If I had to guess, something's going on.
But were the lights on in the sheriff's office?
Yes, there were.
Okay.
We may as well check the office real quick.
Might get a clue of where she is now.
You hear a little ding as you enter in. Sounds like a bell ringing.
Sheriff Catalina?
There's no answer. It's a single candle on the desk. You see what looks like some paperwork that's been strewn out, a couple of wanted posters, and you do see that Sheriff Catalina's shotgun is still mounted on the wall.
That's a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah, I plumb think so. The shotgun that is mounted on the wall, is it fastened in some way? Is it locked there, or is it just on, pegs?
It looks like it's a simple clasp, just so it doesn't fall off.
Right.
But it'd be a quick draw to grab it and pull it down.
Did Myra ever get her possessions back after being kidnapped?
You did find all of her equipment strewn around the backside of the cabin.
Okay, just making sure she's armed in case she needs to use her good hand.
Her bad hand.
But, I mean, it's her good hand now!
My good bad hand.
I will say, roll perception, Myra.
Okay. 17.
Okay. As you are going through your stuff, you find that you are missing a vial of oil of silence. But that's it.
It's basically a silencer.
So if that were to be found on Jesse, that might be further proof.
Yeah, he might try to use that to snipe us at some point.
Yeah.
Just be aware for sneaky guns.
Good luck with that. If there's one thing I'm really good at, is catching bullets. I can catch them in any part of my body.
Regarding the state of the office, is it unusual for people to leave the door open the way it was in this town at this time?
Roll knowledge local.
I feel like I wouldn't want to leave my door open at midnight.
With a 19, you can probably guess that while it's unusual, if something suddenly drew her out that was not necessarily like, I need to grab my shotgun level of bad, but still requires attention of the sheriff immediately, she might...
Could have been a report of a horse thievery.
Yeah, probably.
Well, how about this? Let's do a vibe check. Bonesaw pulls out Goiter, throws him in the air so he can, like, flap and say, Goiter, go check out what's going over there. Let me know if it's, imminent danger or just people having fun.
I don't think vibe check is in anyone's vocabulary in these years.
Bonesaw's starting a thing.
Stop trying to make vibe happen.
Vibe check!
Jasper would like to walk out into the street, away from the rest of the group, stop breathing, let all those little internal things that happen in living folk settle down, open his ears and just listen. See if he can pick up on anything that from whatever ruckus or disturbance might be going on in town. Should be pretty quiet this time of night.
Go ahead and give me the perception check, Jasper.
That is a 29.
Oh, that is good. That is a good roll. You're able to, getting very still and very quiet. You overhear a couple of things. The machinery of a brewery going on. Somebody pouring drinks. The slight sound of somebody literally sawing logs, like... Vroom, vroom. And you barely overhear a bit of the conversation. Somebody with a heavy German accent. I went north and took mein Autofahrt.
Oh, that's where she is.
And Catalina saying, yes, that's what you've told me 30 times, but you haven't explained anything about it, and we need to... It's so late, and can I just go to bed? I'm so tired. Nein, we need to figure it out. It was that, the Totenkopf.
What did she call me?
Deadhead.
I need you to explain to me what a Totenkopf is. I don't speak German. I told you that. It's a Totenkopf. What does this mean? What does this mean? It is very clear that German lady is trying to communicate to Catalina. Catalina is tired and is not understanding fully.
Bonesaw, if you want to clear this up, that's where Catalina is right now. I think she's off in that direction somewhere. I could just barely make it out, but that German lady is trying to swear out a complaint, and I think if you go right now and we bring Myra with us and explain everything, we might be able to impress upon her the need of borrowing a horse. And maybe even a little rental fee, changing hands might smooth things over. Say $3 from a recent show.
Well, I do like that idea of smoothing things over very well.
But we better hurry. Catalina's patience seem to be wearing thin.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
So you all approach towards the north side. Are you riding the horse, or are you leading it?
Lead it! Looks less like a theft and more like a contrite return.
Bonesaw will lead the horse.
Welcome to this week's episode of CSI Boot Hill.
As you approach, you start to be able to overhear what's going on, and all of a sudden, the German lady, who is still dressed like very nice, she's wearing kind of a white dress with blue sleeves and corset kind of looking thing, and a black hat. As you approach, she says, Sim! It is them! The, Totenkopf! Jeez, Bonesaw.
Hi, Catalina! Good
Evening,
to see
Sheriff.
you!
Thief! Stella runs up and just starts
Borrower!
whacking at you, Bonesaw.
He allows it. Sprechen Sie English?
Yeah, of course I speak English. Wouldn't do very well if I didn't speak English. But you are the thief.
Sorry, I took your horse. It was very urgent. My friend was kidnapped and dying, and I thought it looked really cool. But I brought it back, and I'm willing to pay you for repairs and forgiveness.
Myra shows her hand to kind of show, ma'am, I was in mortal danger, and this person saved my life, and I'll help pay any damages.
Catalina looks at your hand, looks at the situation, and just, God damn, the hell is wrong? What the?
We need to talk.
Yeah, we do. Stella, do you still want to file a complaint? Yeah, of course I want to file a complaint. This man, he might be a representative, but look at the damage that he did. He pulled the alarm off. Do you know how long that's going to take me to fix it?
Well, listen, if it had stopped whistling, I wouldn't have broken it.
Well, that's the point. That's why I put in the alarm. So it doesn't... And Catalina says, okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll file this. And Bonesaw, I'm going to have to take you down to the station. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about your hand. And Stella, we need to talk about the report that you had a Gatling gun.
Gatling gun? I didn't see a Gatling gun. What are you talking about?
No. I got rid of that. That is, I don't have that anymore. That's only a silly person would have that. No. She looks over at Bonesaw and says, you heard the man? No, not a gun, not a Gatling gun.
Bonesaw conspicuously crosses his arms over the bullet holes torn through his coat from the injuries he took earlier.
Sheriff Cat's just kind of, God damn it.
Well, Sheriff, it sounds like one problem drove out another, and everything looks to be settled and quiet on that front. Why don't we go to your office and discuss the matter of some kidnapping and mutilation and attempted murder?
Yeah, let's go talk about that. Stella, I'm going to need to find you again and confiscate. No, I don't have it. You heard this man. It doesn't exist. It's, and yeah, he was just borrowing the...
Borrowing, yes! No Gatling gun! We're good friends here, and I'm so sorry that it was broken in a necessary way. He's gonna hand her $10.
She says, "Oh, thank you. That is too kind. It passes you 5 back and says, "What a French for friend of Schweitzer Industries."
Friends, yes. Oh, wonderful. We made friends. Could I visit you later? I have a lot of questions and, well, of course, murder investigation first. Shall we?
Yeah. Thank you, Catalina. I apologize for waking you up again at night. Stella, we're not done talking about this. We need to... Goodbye. Good night. Guten Nacht. So, speaking kind of the English.
This is my favorite NPC.
And she goes inside and just slams the barn doors. And
we're gonna borrow her. And her Gatling gun.
Starts bearing a Gatling gun.
Jesse! Surprise!
Das ist nicht ein Gatling gun!
Bones, why is it that most of your friends end up shooting bullets at us?
Well, we weren't friends when the bullets happened. Sorry, no bullets happened! Seeing Catalina's still there. What?
Catalina just looks at you all and says, "Okay, we're gonna have words about this later. This is,
that's what you think.
This is not going away, despite what you and fucking Stella are doing. Let's get back down to my office and see what happened to you, and we'll get you a doctor." You all make your way back to her office.
I'm going to tell Smokey to hang back and follow at a distance. Just in case something happens to us, I want an agent on the outside.
Did Goiter see anything else unusual, or does he rejoin us?
I'll have Goiter make a perception check. With a 20, from Goiter's elevated position, as he's flying around, he does see what appears to be some disturbed earth behind the Blackburned Cattle Company building.
Okay. He's not allowed to communicate with me in those specific words, but he can give me a vibe.
He gives you a vibe.
Goiter's got indigestion again. He probably ate someone's chickens.
plural?
Yes, he's a hungry boy, Moss.
You all make your way inside. Catalina unstraps a pistol that she had on her belt, sets it down, pulls out what appears to just be some bandages out of her box, and starts setting them out. Alright, you want to tell me what the hell is going on? Why I'm getting reports of a goddamn Gatling gun? Why you stole a horse, allegedly borrowed a horse, and why you're missing a finger? You all were just having a show like 4 hours ago. What the hell's going on?
Jesse Blackburn.
Yeah, to boil it down into 2 words, Jesse Blackburn.
That motherfucker. He abducted me, took my finger, put me in a coffin, and buried me 6 feet underground. Out in the middle of fucking nowhere north of here.
That's... Alright, okay. That's enough. I don't have time for these kinds of stories. Now, if you're... And she reaches down and she starts writing something on a notepad. I don't have time...
I can show you several other graves that have bodies in them.
For this kind of joking that you certainly aren't making any accusations.
Myra slams her hand down on the table and she goes, I am not fucking joking. I almost died tonight.
Catalina turns the piece of paper that she was writing down on and turns it towards you and all it says on it is, not here. Now, if you don't mind, I'm tired. I don't feel like putting up with any more of these jokes. If you'll head out, why don't you go get a drink at... Ellie's probably still up. Go get a drink at their place.
Yeah, I need to check on them anyway.
Fine. If we're not going to get any kind of service here, then yeah, I think a drink sounds likely. I'm going to bend down to Moz based on things that he has said earlier, and he's going to whisper really quietly, the note she had said, not here. Since he said he might not be able to read and write English, and he's certainly not tall enough to see a note on top of the desk.
That's so sweet.
I think a drink sounds perfect right about now.
Drinks all around.
Good. Now, I'm gonna get some sleep. You all go drink. Here, first one's on me, and tosses you all a silver dollar.
Bonesaw snatches that out of the air.
I'm gonna leave with a harumph, fine, and a wink.
Alright, guess we're going to Ellie's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this place? Has anyone been?
Yeah, it's the tavern, or it's the Lucky Strike. We were in the town square earlier in the day, and that's where they're at. Come on, let's go.
Do you think Catalina will meet us here?
I think that's
I
a
don't
good
know.
possibility.
All right. Sneaky like.
Myra, is this the place where you were talking to that person while we were looking for the notes on the bulletin board? You went up and asked them if they had seen any suspicious people? Is that the Lucky Strike?
Yeah, I'll show
Gotcha.
You all walk in to the Lucky Strike. It's pretty late, and it looks like there's nobody in. Ellie's going around and, like, putting stools up on the counter and says, "Oh, hey there, what are you all doing? It's pretty late. I thought your show finished up recently."
We're here for drinks. Bonesaw slaps down the silver dollar.
Oh, do you want me to get you a menu? I can get you a menu. I just had them printed up. They look really nice, and I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. Would you like one? Or do you just want? I can make you something special.
Myra puts a hand on their shoulder, and Myra probably looks really haggard, and the whole group probably looks really haggard, and she just kind of gives them a look and says, "Give us all a shot of something strong, and then go take a break for a bit."
Okay, I can do that. You see her go pull something off the shelf, look at it, kind of wince, put it back, pull another bottle off, and she pours that. One shot for each of you. They say, I'll just be out back. Let me know if you need anything else. Yeah, and then they slither out the back. About 5 minutes after Elliot leaves, Sheriff Catalina walks in. She is fully armored up. Like, she has 2 pistols, shotgun over the back
She's
of her
ready
neck.
to go. Let's do this.
And she looks at you all and says, all right, sit down. Tell me whatever the fuck is going on.
Jesse Blackburn's a murdering son of a bitch that needs to die.
I don't disagree with that.
Well, to begin with, you were at the show.
Yes, I saw that.
You saw Jesse's attitude and the general outcome of that, and how whatever it was he had planned did not go as he had planned it. He didn't take kindly to that and kind of escalated things beyond all reason. Myra, you want to take it from there?
She downs her shot. I had a really, really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach, and me and my dumbass went after him, and he got me from behind and stuck me with some kind of poison, and I passed out. I was on some sort of weird horse. It smelled awful. It was bony. And then I woke up in some basement somewhere, and my right finger was just gone. And that motherfucker was there, and he was talking to me, saying about how he owns this town and that there's mayors and sheriffs and all that, but he's the person that runs the place, and I was gonna find out what happened when some upstarts came in and tried making trouble in his town. And apparently, I'm not the first person he's done this to, possibly. It seems like he's done this a few times. I mouthed off at him and got my left hand broken, but thankfully that's been fixed. I woke up and I was 6 feet underground in a coffin with a booby trap rigged to blow if I had gotten out. With some creativity, I was able to get out with the help of my friends, thank God for them. But then Moz almost got killed in a second trap, an explosion that absolutely obliterated this house. Where I guess that was where he...
Bastard rigged his house with TNT.
Moz almost
Would've
died.
Sort of like that bomb in the wagon.
The what and the where?
There was a bomb in your wagon?
He left a bomb in the wagon.
Just a little present.
That son of
Also,
a...
he threatened to shoot me in the street for no reason whatsoever.
Well, now, wait a minute. That makes sense why he was flicking that lighter mechanism on and off and on and off. And I don't reckon if any of you heard it over the horse surprise, but I believe he was talking about it's time, and he said for things to go boom. I think we narrowly interrupted something that could have gone really bad in a crowd.
And his beard is atrocious, and he should be locked away just for that.
That too.
Forget the bombs, it's the beard.
Catalina, what is it about this place that makes it safe to talk in, where your office isn't?
And why are you loaded up to like you're gonna go fight the siege at Agincourt there?
She leans forward and says, this place isn't necessarily better, frankly. Entire town is a bit up a creek. Look, I ain't been long for this position, but I've seen enough to know that people like my boss, the state isn't the only way that he makes some of his paycheck. Not the way he lives. I don't trust him to know what's good, and Jesse has been making trouble in this town for so long. He has been making trouble the entire area, and after what he did to... That's not important. I've been trying to
Did
nail
it who?
him.
Well,
It's...
We'll get back to that, or...
She goes quiet for a minute and just kind of stares down. It ain't...
Oh, hell.
It ain't important. I couldn't prove
You
anything.
lost somebody, didn't you?
We might know where they are at.
You do?
There's other graves up there.
Meredith.
He's got quite a collection up by his house.
Okay. It's okay.
Bonesaw pushes a shot towards Catalina.
She takes it, just downs it in one go. Okay. Problem is, he has a hell of a lot of money, and he has a hell of a lot of influence. What evidence do you have on him?
Well, the cabin went up.
I guess the dynamite in the cart.
I'm pretty sure I can pull some boot prints if you got some plaster of Paris or gypsum. Pull some boot prints from around that cabin, and knowing a fellow like Jesse, that looked like pretty fancy Italian leather or something. I'm sure that there ain't nobody in town that they'd fit. Those narrow little elvish feet.
He has quite an eccentric smell. I imagine that has to do with some of the expensive chemicals he likes to play with. Bones, do you think you might be able to derive a match if we were able to get something off of him? Put two and two together?
Perhaps. Do you speak Elvish by chance?
She considers and says, Elvish, only a little bit.
Bonesaw pulls out the etching and scoots it toward her. From one of the gravestones.
She looks it over, shakes her head and says, I don't know much, but recognize this. This is a name. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Zoe Panadin. She was a half-elf, worked in town quite a few years ago. And she disappeared one day. Interesting.
Let me guess, did she have any kind of an altercation with Mr. Blackburn?
He took a shine to her, and she didn't reciprocate.
God's damn it.
That absolute sphincter.
Did she have any family in town?
She moved. She came from back east. Worked with Kay for a while.
Well, she got buried at least.
Sheriff, I don't know how much time we have here. If we have been seen coming back into town, he might be going to try and cover up some tracks up there. I think that it'd be best if you slapped your legal eyes on it, and we got out there and gathered up some evidence if you want to. I'm sure you must have some plaster of Paris at the Hooskow, the sheriff's office.
I think I'm running low, but we could always talk to Miss Potts next door. She usually has something that we could probably use. Always has random things. Don't understand. Alright. Let's go talk with Jesse. I think that we should see what is going on.
Is he here in town?
Find out. We'll check the office and maybe we'll find there's some sort of a disturbance inside that we need to go and investigate.
Oh, I like your style.
You want to do that before we go and gather up any evidence out of the collapsed shack? I mean, the graves aren't going to disappear, but he might go around and do some sweeping up and cleaning up. Myra, we gathered a lot of your stuff out from behind the shack. Was there any stuff back there that didn't belong to you?
My oil of silence is missing. Bastard probably took it.
Well, if he's got that on him, that'd be a good indicator. But I mean, were there any other possessions out there from somebody else? If that's where he tosses stuff that don't get buried.
Is there anything that I picked up that is not mine?
No, Myra did not find anything.
Okay.
We didn't stay long enough to search for evidence, and whatever she did see of, inside the house, she was, barely conscious.
The house is collapsed. I doubt any or much evidence survived the fire. I'm not sure if he's gonna go and try and bury his evidence, because I think the bomb took care of that. Beyond the gravestones, I don't know what else we would be able to find up there.
Listen, I'm not a law expert or anything like that, but is a living victim testimony not good for anything? I mean, can't Myra just say, he chopped off my finger, the bastard, and then we get to slice him into a million pieces and whatnot?
It's good for a lot, but it's, like I said, he has money, and he can buy a lot of people to say whatever the hell he wants.
As far as I can tell, he doesn't have many friends. At least we know what's going on.
Who is his boss?
His boss? I mean, that'd be his daddy.
Shit.
Papa Blackburn.
Guessing Papa Blackburn is fond of his son, or is there a strained relationship there?
Hard for me to know. I try to stay out of Blackburn business as much as I can.
Sheriff, there are other ways of handling this.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not sure I want to tell you if you don't already know.
Jasper is behind her back, slicing the hands and saying, no.
What's that?
Sheriff Cat says, okay, what we have for tonight, it's enough that I can justify holding him. We can take him into custody, and we'll all ride out tomorrow, and we'll see what we can find. But I might need some backup.
You got it.
Certainly.
Taking down Blackburn anytime.
You got my 6 shooters and my horse.
Okay. We're gonna go knock on the door, ask him some questions,
Clap him in irons!
try to get him to come quietly, but do not shoot first. Is that clear?
We'll follow your lead, Sheriff.
Fine.
Where are you going to keep him with the cell all blown up? Chained to a flagpole?
She laughs a little and says, I think, I know we got one of the train cars parked nearby. They were doing some repairs on it. We can toss him inside and lock that place up.
All right.
All right. She stands up. I'm sorry that you all went through this, but if it's any consolation, I might finally be able to take that bastard down.
Certainly hope so.
We would like nothing better than that, Sheriff.
Let's go find that bastard.
You see Ellie poke their head around the corner and says, can I come in again? Or, Sheriff Catalina, I didn't see you there. Hi, how's it going? Can I come in, please?
Yeah. Hi, Ellie. Sorry, we were just wrapping up.
I would like to roll an insight check on Ellie if I can.
Go ahead and roll a sense motive.
Yeah,
No.
me too.
Never.
Ellie seems to
Ellie.
be very nervous and shy about something all the time.
No. I don't want to know.
No, we just want to know about your crush.
Oh.
12.
19 for Bonesaw.
All right, well, the secret's out now.
What do I pick up?
You can't keep one of them Horvard graduates quiet.
Jasper, you notice as they go behind the counter, they reach and push a little bottle over the edge, kind of just tipping it over to its side, and as soon as they do, they seem to relax a little bit. Bonesaw, you in particular, you notice that they definitely have, like, a big fucking crush on Myra. However, in addition to that, picking up on that, you do notice the same thing that Jasper does. However, you notice that they did not seem to, like, cue in to that nervousness and that, like, that extra edge of nervousness until they saw Cat, and then they went and pushed the bottle over, and then they relaxed a lot.
Okay. Can I go sit at the bar?
Yeah, go for it. Cat is, like, gathering and pulling out and loading weapons and isn't paying close attention.
Bonesaw leans a little closer and he says, by the way, we had some extra shots while you were gone, but Myra said you were good for it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's Myra's, yeah, happy
Do I hear this?
Roll stealth, or Bonesaw, and roll perception, Myra. 29. That's probably gonna beat your stealth there, my boy. My dude. With an 11, yeah, that definitely beats your stealth.
Myra gets up real quick and she she doesn't scold Bonesaw because Bonesaw is very much one of her favorite people right now. But she's just gonna slap down like 2 gold. Here you go.
Oh, this is way too much. No, you don't need. It was.
We may need the whole bottle is what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course. Do you want here? And they grab the bottle and set it in front of you and say, it's a pretty good whiskey. It's one of my best sellers, and yeah.
Now that Myra's over by the bar, Bonesaw's gonna scoot a little candle between them and sort of be like, oh, Ellie, you look so nice in this lighting with your scales and everything, and I thought I heard Jasper, what? And he leaves the two of them at the bar together.
Myra is 100% just, if looks could kill.
Ellie, their entire face is just beet red, and they say, have a good evening, you can have the rest of the night at the bar, have whatever you like to drink, and boom, out the door, just immediately.
Myra bangs her head on the bar and goes,
Maz is gonna pick up on this and play a little sad tune on his fiddle.
oh, don't you dare. Not tonight.
Bonesaw puts his hand up for a high five.
I will. You are so lucky that you're in my good graces right now. You saved my life, and that is currently saving your lives right now.
What's worth saving your life if you're not gonna live?
Thanks for getting the bottle, Myra.
I'm just gonna be a silent bystander.
Bonesaw snags it.
Yeah, go on.
Cat cocks her shotgun. All right, everybody ready to go?
Ready.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's go get that slimy little weasel.
You all make your way north to the door of the Blackburned Cattle Company. Is there anything you guys want to prep before y'all knock on the door?
Probably whip up a bardic performance. I need a moment to think of which one would be most beneficial. It's probably just inspire courage again. I mean, I don't expect there to be much fire, so everyone will get a buff who's nearby.
Awesome.
Hey, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Maz pulls that up and is playing a small little tune.
Catalina, do you know if there's a back door?
I believe there is, yes.
I have invisibility prepped as one of my 2nd level spells. I'm gonna pull that out, waggle it, and say, I think I'll wait around back, just in case. And he downs it and fizzles out of sight.
Sounds good.
That is a neat trick. I wish I could do that. It made some of my jobs way easier. Alright. Who wants to do the deed?
Hold that thought real quick. Maz is going to kick up an even faster tune and cast Major Image again. He is going to create the illusion of a big mob of all the townsfolk with pitchforks and torches and all that just right behind us. Just send a really big unhappy message towards whoever might be inside and maybe throw them around back.
Oh, fantastic. I assume you're going to include all of the accoutrement that goes along with it, sounds and smells.
Yeah, it should cover that.
Okay. It's going to be a will save, right?
I'd like to throw that saving throw, just so that I am not convinced that, hey, how'd you get all the townsfolk out here?
Yeah, anybody who wants to throw that.
You clever cuss. You almost had me there.
That's the idea.
Cat looks around and is like, what the hell? How did everyone get here? And, dude, what are you doing here?
You said you needed backup.
Oh, that's clever. And she, is waving her hand through Duke Van Horn's face, and it's like, oh, that's cool. I like this. I really like this.
Myra is gonna have her whip, since she can't use any of her guns. She's gonna pull out her whip and she's gonna, if possible, use it to catch Jesse if he tries to bolt or run.
Okay.
Myra, can you still shoot a revolver?
I guess.
Here, take mine.
That's okay, Mons. I think I'm gonna use this, actually. It's been a while since I've used this old gal, and she kind of steps back and does a
Fair enough.
As we're walking along, I'm going to call Smokey over. Smokey, come over here, girl. And I'm going to use my other 2nd level spell. And as we pass between a fence post or something, Smokey won't come out the other side. Just in case we need a little ace in the hole. Slip my horse into my pocket.
You all approach. Who's going to be the one that knocks on the door?
I feel like Catalina probably has the most sway.
I would assume... Hey, can you deputize us quickly, or is that not kosher?
No need. Maz is gonna pull the sheriff out of his pocket.
Jesse, come out and face frog law.
It's just me. Was that frog awful disturbing?
No, it's not you. It's the frog.
All 4 of you are deputies working under my authority.
Ooh, you hear giggling as Bonesaw sneaks away elsewhere.
That doesn't mean you can go steal a damn...
This means free drinks.
Just like I said, don't shoot first. But if he draws on you, gun him down.
Understood.
Gotcha.
And she has her shotgun kind of held at the ready, pounds on the door. Jesse! Pound, pound, pound. Jesse! Pound, pound. Jesse! And the door opens suddenly. And standing there is Jesse Blackburn.
In the flesh.
He has his crooked little half smile that he has. He opens the door about 3/4 of the way, keeping a hand on the back side of the door. You look at him, he's not wearing his hat. He has the suspenders of his off to the side and most of the buttons of his shirt undone. And he lets out a big yawn. Ah, morning, Sheriff. It's pretty early for you to be coming round these parts. I was in the middle of some private time with Mrs. And you can see the woman that you've seen a couple of times is sitting there in one of the chairs in a nightgown. Is just sitting there, arms folded across her lap, looking down. Catalina says, "Evening, Jesse. Heard a few things about you tonight. Some not great things." Jesse responds, "Oh yeah, all vicious lies and rumors, I'm sure. Besides, I wanted to, I'm glad you're here. It's always nice when the law comes calling, especially I need to file a complaint. I was viciously assaulted during the show this evening."
Oh, don't you dare! And Myra has lost it, and she knows that he's getting to her, but she doesn't care, and she continues. She goes, "You motherfucker, you took my finger!" And she shows her hand.
"Oh, well, that's a darn shame.
Where is it?
Well, I suppose it's wherever you were clumsy enough to get it cut off at."
Myra walks away. She can't stand anywhere near him, so she walks a distance away to get herself under control, and she's like, "Ugh."
Jesse, we got a whole heap of evidence against you that will come out. Unless you think you're above the law somehow, I suggest you come along quietly.
"Oh, really? What possible evidence could you have? Like I said, I've been here this whole evening. My little lady friend over here will corroborate that. Won't you, love?" And she looks up for a second and kind of gives a small little nod.
Oh, that's real believable, Jesse. You got any other people you want to bully into saying whatever it is you want them to say?
Like I said, I think that when we look at all of the evidence before us, everybody in town around here...
Oh, you want to talk to him right now?
Everybody here saw what happened this evening. They know. And you see, give me a sense motive, everybody.
Alrighty.
She stepped away. Does she roll it?
Yeah, Myra won't.
I'm out back.
Leben.
Jasper, you can tell he is more than a little nervous that there's an entire mob of people at his front door.
Well, if you're so confident in that statement, then you'd have no worry coming quietly to Catalina's office.
You know, there's a cabin out there, or the remains of one, got 11 graves around it, and I'm purposefully miscounting the number of graves.
There's only 9 buried out.
Yes.
Did he just implicate himself?
Jesse slams the door.
Ooh, good.
Can we break the door down?
Yes, Jasper! School teachers for the win!
Gonna knock on the door. Jesse, would you like to come out?
Are you right in front of the door?
Oh, gosh. I would like to roll another sense motive, because I don't think it's fair for me to respond to a question like that. 15. Yeah, I am in front of the door, but I am not unaware. I am ready. I'm listening for anything like the cock of a gun or something.
Make a reflex save.
All right, reflex save. 14. I'm willing to take a bullet to take this guy down.
You dodge out of the way as this massive plume of fires, boom, as he fires something out of the door. And Catalina says, "That's what we needed, boys."
Looks like a confession to me.
Myra is so freaking happy. She was like, yes, damn it, yes! And she's like running forward, and she's actually gonna run around the side of the house to watch the windows and see if he's gonna leave that way.
You done messed up, Blackburn.
That was an attack on fully deputized officers of the law.
There's a nice big hole right in the center. I think you still take half damage from this.
Okay.
So 9 points of damage. We're gonna go ahead and roll some initiative.
All right.
Nat 1.
Oof.
Well, you probably drew your gun in your right hand and went, why the hell is it? Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Bonesaw, you are out back, and you just heard a massive shotgun blast come from the front.
I am going to prepare an action to bring Jesse to the ground if I see him come out.
Okay. Jasper, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can kick in that door.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Oh, this is going to be awesome. 8.
Unfortunately, you are not able to break down the door.
Alrighty.
How large is the hole?
It's about 6 inches around. It was a pretty hefty hit that it took.
Alright, then I'm going to try plan number 2 since I've got some movement. I see that there are some windows here. I'm going to try and curl myself up into a ball and just chuck myself in through the glass. Because I seen it done on stage shows, and I know the fella never gets hurt when he tries it.
Make a reflex save.
Reflex save. 26!
Jasper, all of the books and stage plays, absolutely true. You just crashed through, and you are inside now.
I am so pleased with myself, I actually let out an authentic Western yeehaw.
Maz, you're up.
Well, I was gonna try and flashbang the whole room, but is there any open flames I can see just through the hole that's in there? How's the room illuminated from the inside?
You do see a lantern on one of the tables.
I suppose that blinding the one guy and one teammate isn't a bad trade-off when we have 3 other people ready to act outside. So,
do what you gotta do.
Alright. Maz is going to invigorate that lantern and is going to cast pyrotechnics, specifically the fireworks variant, which should blind everyone within that room.
It's a will or fortitude save?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit. Jesse looks at you as this firework goes off. A spark from it lands right underneath one of his eyes, and he just laughs at you and says, "I've looked at enough explosions, that don't do nothing to me, son." The woman behind is covering her eyes and crying. Jasper, you're also going to need to make a fortitude save.
Great.
Alright, here it comes. 18.
Yes, that passes.
Cool.
Unfortunately, Jesse still made his save.
Worth a shot.
That's okay, it just made my entrance more awesome. That's what I'm gonna go with.
There we go.
It is Sheriff Cat's turn. She is going to go and try and just bust down the door. She's running full bore at the door, gonna try and break it down. And she just bounces off of it too, and it's like, God, I'm gonna learn how to do that one of these days. And she is going to climb into the room. She's holding her shotgun at the ready. Jesse is going to take one look at all of you, one look at the group outside, and is going to start running away. As he does, he's going to take a shot at the girl.
No!
Fuck.
He's doing it as he's running. Like, he's not even looking at all of you. He's just dashing and just shoots with his revolver, hits her in the leg, and she falls to the ground, yelling.
What an upstanding gentleman.
You total rat bastard.
Gonna kill him.
Since he was right next to me and ran off, is there anything like an attack of opportunity that I could do?
Do you have a melee attack that you can make on him?
I've got a gun in my hand that I would not mind pistol whipping him with. I also have claws.
Oh, go ahead and use the claws. You can only use one of them because you have the gun in your hand.
Right.
Oh, no.
Fumble!
A nat 1.
I probably had a gun in each hand and it just didn't work.
Make a fortitude save.
12.
Okay, you just miss and slam into the table. Nothing else happens.
Okay.
Myra, you're up.
Myra's gonna scale the wall and get on the roof.
Oh, shit.
She's gonna use all of her movement to get up on the ceiling and then kind of like look in one of the windows. Did he go upstairs or downstairs?
She is not sure. There's just a pathway, and then she can see the stairs from the first. He appeared to be going towards the back of the building.
Okay, if she saw him go towards the back of the building, then she's gonna go towards the back of the building also, on the roof.
All right, it is your turn, Bonesaw.
I am going to stand very close to the door because Bonesaw is very excited to nab Jesse. If he comes through, he just wants to, like, swipe at the air.
So you can actually see Jesse through the window.
Ooh, that's tempting.
Yeah, you see him through the window, and there is a door right next to you.
Strategically, I would like to wait outside, but Bonesaw doesn't have that kind of patience, so he will, for the second time today, morph into his mutant form, swelling a little bit, and his eyes go red, and he's going to try to break the door down.
Okay, make a strength check for me. DC is 18.
Oh, Jesse!
It's Bonesaw!
He is invisible still.
This will break his invisibility, because he's attacking the door. Oh,
And it failed.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, Jesse, look who's coming for you! Soon!
Bonesaw never has a coherent plan. Always backtracking on the initial thought.
Yeah, the door is dented, and you hear Jesse go, "Damn it, it's you again." Jasper, you're up.
Alrighty. I am going to follow the way that he ran. I believe he ran down this hallway.
Yes.
Well, looky there. Couple of revolver shots, point blank. Blam, blam.
You'll only be able to do one because you moved as well.
Alright, well, this is just going to be a regular revolver shot then.
You wing him as you come around the corner. He is ducking out of the way, and you just pull your gun out, blast him right in the side. He says, "Damn it. Damn you all to hell."
Mangy cuss shooting your wife like that? God
Think she's my wife?
dang, you're so
Fucking hell.
you're so
She ain't worth half that.
twisted you could chew nails and spit out a corkscrew.
Maz, you're up.
Tumble's nearby. Can he just mount up? How much movement is that?
It would be a move action to mount up.
Okay, but could he ride Tumble after getting on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get onto Tumble and then move as far as I can around the building to get to the back.
Okay. So you hop on him, Tumble. Catalina yells out, "Get him! I'm gonna take care of her!" And is going to do a medicine check to staunch the bleeding on the girl. And now it is Jesse's turn.
Oh, I gotta change my token face from snarl to gun.
Yes. Jesse is going to rush out, and he is going to crash through the window as well. You get another attack of opportunity, Jasper.
That's quite alright with me. Let's go for another claw at him there. 28!
Oof. Yeah, that definitely hits, and once again, you tear that fine Corinthian leather jacket that he's wearing.
Finest Corinthian leather. Run, rabbit, run!
I thought he was just wearing overalls and poorly.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, he's just, you tear his fine cotton shirt.
Oh no. It's Corinthian cotton.
Reflex save. He breaks through, does a nice roll, and he slams his hand on the ground at that area of disturbed dirt.
Uh-oh.
And he chants something, and as he does, the ground boils up, and out of it, bones begin to assemble themselves.
Badass way to summon a horse.
Do I see him?
No, but you hear a sound that sounds very familiar.
Fucking horse.
Oh man!
A skeletalized horse, flesh hanging off of it, a white mane hanging in dregs off of it. This green smoke appearing to curl off of it. And Jesse, as it comes up underneath him. I believe it is now Myra's turn. You're on the back side of the building.
So she hears this ruckus. She's gonna run over to the other side of the roof and look down to where Jesse's at. She sees the ghost horse. Shit, how far away would he be from the roof?
It's 2 stories tall, so 20 feet down.
Okay.
You could get to the edge and jump if you wanted to.
Oh, hell yeah. We're doing that.
You would take damage.
Let's do it.
Do you want to land on him or land beside him?
I want to land on top of him.
Okay.
Yes.
How does a snake jump?
Just little
It
momentum.
It coils its end like a pogo
Coil
stick.
up like
Like
Tigger.
a spring. It's like a boing.
There are jumping snakes.
Yeah.
Heck yes. They'll.
She launches herself into the air.
Awesome. Make a CMB to see if you can kind of like grab onto Jesse as you are leaping off.
They just fall to the floor.
Ooh!
27?
27? Okay.
That's good. That might be high enough. Let me check what his CMD is. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's fair. He's a slippery motherfucker.
You launch out and you are grabbing at him, trying to pull him off of this undead horse, and you have full teeth bared, open, full snake mouth, lunging at him, and he barely gets out of the way as you lunge and land right beside him. That brings us to Bonesaw.
I would like to charge at Jesse.
Okay.
Try to knock him off his horse if I still have movement. You're not getting away that easy. I'm gonna move up and roll CMB to grapple.
Grapple? Okay. That's so close. You got a 30. It is so close. You reach and your claws, he is fending off Myra and just like thwacking at both of you and barely keeping you guys away.
Go down quietly or we'll skin you alive!
Jasper and Myra, give me religion checks. Or Myra, you can give me a profession check for your Revenant Ranger, if that's better for you.
Whew.
Got me an
That was
18.
the +1.
Okay, both of you, what you know about these undead horses, they are not strong creatures. They're not able to carry all that much weight, and they're fairly fragile. However, they are fast as hell. If the horse gets a good head of steam under it, it is very difficult to catch one of these dead horses.
We gotta take out the horse.
Alrighty.
Jasper, your turn.
Well, I think I got a shot right through the window here at this big old horse. I am not going to move, and I'm going to take 2 shots at it with a revolver, one with a regular bullet and one with a silver bullet.
Ooh.
No idea, but I can only fire 1 silver bullet a turn, so...
Everyone within the AoE gets a +2 to all your attack rolls.
Oh,
Okay.
fantastic.
So that was an 18. Loath I am to hitting a man's horse. This ain't no horse. This is an undead thing.
Well, you're an undead
Aren't
thing.
you an undead man?
I'm an undead person. Ma'am, I'm an undead American. This will be with the silver bullet. Crit.
Oh, shit.
Get it.
Natural 20.
Get it.
So it looks to me like 20 points of damage with a silver
Oh,
bullet.
man. Holy shit. So, you did 3 for your first shot, and you did 15 damage for your second shot.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
We're
that
getting
is
there.
so close. It is still up, but the horse rears back and bucks Jesse off, and the horse is badly hurt. Maz,
I'm gonna round the corner best I can. Just spread us out a little. I am going to cast Blistering Invective, which should do a few things, but I believe I need to make an Intimidate check, and that I believe they need to go against that. Ooh, that's actually a pretty low roll for me. I unleash an insulting so vicious and spiteful enemies here and are physically scorched by your
oh, that's definitely gonna beat the horses.
A demoralized horse.
The horse has low self-esteem.
I'm not sure who's uglier, you or your horse, Jesse.
He is not demoralized.
Okay, well, the horse needs to take 1d10 points of fire damage and succeed a reflex save or catch fire.
Okay, roll the 1d10 for me. It is at 1 hit point.
And is demoralized.
And it's demoralized, yes.
Just imagine dejected horse kicking his hooves.
Really hitting home.
Aw,
right.
shucks.
Now it's Jesse's turn. This is where things get interesting. Jesse's gonna mount up onto the horse again.
Am I right next to him? Is that an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Am I also next to him?
Yes.
Is that also an attack opportunity?
Yes. Do you want to take your attack of opportunity on him?
Hell yes!
Okay.
I would like to also.
Bonesaw, seeing their quarry about to slip their grasp, pulls his hog splitter off his back and sweeps it through the air, trying to chop at Jesse just wildly.
The first attack misses Jesse. Go ahead and roll Myra. 26.
She's just gonna slash at his face.
Okay. He takes 3 points of damage, and he is on the horse. You see it take off at a dead sprint, directly north.
Damn it.
Next up is Myra.
Oh god, no pressure. Okay, she's gonna take out a rifle.
Okay, I'm gonna say, since you're firing with your offhand, you're gonna take a -5 penalty. But you get a +2, so it's gonna be a -3 penalty. You fire the bullet, and as you do, you wince in pain, because you're not used to firing on that side. And as everything slows down, the bullet travels, and you see it tumbling almost. It strikes a rib, goes inside, bidding, out its skull as it falls to the ground into a pile of bones.
Oh my god. Myra is shaking. Don't you go anywhere, you fucker.
Jesse is on the ground. All right, Bonesaw, you're up.
Get him.
I would like to throw a bomb at Jesse. If he's something like 60 feet away, the range on my bombs I think is 20 feet, so it'll be at -2 per range increment.
Yeah, he's 50 feet out from you.
Okay, so it'll be at a -4, but I'm gonna throw it nevertheless.
With the +2.
Yeah, so only a -2.
Oh, Jesse! I heard you like to play with fire!
24. That still misses. As you throw it at him.
A whole ball?
Oh, where does it go? Don't we roll a d8 and...
Yeah, roll 1d8.
Oh.
Oh man, you blew up a cow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gonna take some splash damage as it blasts right in front of the horse pen, causing all of them to
Makes him harder to get on.
reflex save. DC 17.
That sounds right.
He nat 1'd. Jasper, you're up.
All right, Jasper is gonna exit stage left. I'm gonna go out the window that Jesse went out, and then I'm gonna create a horse of my own. And if I can, I'd like to do it as I'm jump through the window and land on Smokey's back.
Absolutely, yes. You go full out, boom, boom, and you're on Smokey.
And I'm not gonna shoot. I'm gonna yell out, Jesse Blackburn, put your head down on the ground. This here is Smokey. Smokey is a magic horse who can run over fire, flood, and famine for all I know. And if you don't put your head down on the ground right this second, there won't be enough left of you to snore. I'm gonna go with an intimidation attack there.
Yeah, make it intimidate. It's a DC 23.
Oh, this is gonna have to be a high roll then. Here we go. Intimidate. 17. Not enough.
Unfortunately
Dang.
not.
Okay.
Maz, you're up.
First off, Maz is going to ride pretty close to Jesse, and he is going to pull a silk rope from his bag and cast Animate Rope.
Call back.
Throw it at Jesse Blackburn and try and wrap him up.
Oldie but a goodie.
Okay. He's on the ground, and you're tossing this out at him. Make a ranged attack. Unfortunately, it lands on the ground right next to him, and it misses. You can rethrow it on your next turn. Sheriff Cat has finished up, and she's going to start making her way. And it is Jesse's turn. He's going to look up at you on your horse, and he's going to say, You You got the hellfire too, don't you, kid? Let's see how you handle this. And he takes a shot at you. And as he does, you feel the fire from his gun erupts much larger than you would have expected. I need you to make 3 reflex saves for me. As he fires just... The first 2 hit. The third one, you are able to avoid it. You are going to take 33 points of damage. And roll for tumble as well.
He shot tumble?
It does a 30-foot cone of damage.
Fucking... Why do they always get the good shit?
They just have to take it off
Speaking
him.
of which, we need to go buy ourselves some good shit later.
Last good shit we found was cursed.
Unfortunately, Tumble falls to the ground.
No. You just made a mistake.
Not the first one, not my last.
You're gonna regret that.
Myra, you're up.
Myra's gonna spend a grip point to disarm him. If I attack his arms, he takes no damage, but he drops an item of his choice. That is a 31 for the first attack.
That is a 31. You saw him just absolutely unload at Moz, and you see him loading up to get ready to take out another shot. And you line up. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Moz sees a spray of blood and a finger go flying as he drops his gun.
Nice shot.
Poetic.
Thank you, Blake!
And it lands on the ground. As it does, you see, he looks around, he sees Moz, he sees the gun, he sees the hulking Bonesaw. He seems to take this in for a moment, and he just, holding his bleeding stump of a finger. Need to speak to my lawyer. Need to speak to him. I surrender. And he puts his hands behind his head.
Moz is gonna wrap the rope around him, covering his mouth and restricting his movement largely.
If he thinks that's getting him out of a pounding.
Sheriff Catalina comes in and sees the damage that all of you have done to him and says, "Good job, y'all. You did it. I am proud of you. Jesse Blackburn, it's my pleasure to say, well, Miss Myra, you're a deputy. I think you've earned it tonight."
She's like breathing hard, her arms are shaking. Jesse Blackburn, you son of a bitch, you're under arrest.
Dust and Blood is a Rolling Path production featuring Corinne Hill as Myra Sting, Blake Alfson as our GM, Zach Parker as Moz Copernicus Pryor, Keith Curtis as Jasper Graves, and myself, Gail Parker as Bonesaw. Our theme song is Dust and Blood by Arne Parrott, and other music throughout this recording is provided by Kevin Macleod, Tabletop Audio, Dark Fantasy Studios, and the Desperados 3 original game soundtrack by Filippo Beck Peccoz. Transcripts, detailed sound credits, and more can be found on our website at DustAndBloodPod.com. You can follow us on X and Facebook at DustAndBloodPod, or support us through our Patreon at Dust and Blood, where you can join our community Discord and get perks like our behind-the-scenes discussion show, The Roundup. We're so grateful for the support of our fans, people like Saru, Haz, Hylan, and Barbara. Dust and Blood releases monthly on the 1st, and our next episode is coming at you on September 1st. Content warnings can be found in every episode description, and we hope you enjoy exploring this fantasy western with us. Thanks for listening.
My eyes shoot open to the early morning sun. I feel that aching, pounding, poking of a bullet in my lungs. Skinny ceiling, bones crunching. I feel that wretched ancient something drag me up to face that coward son of a gun. His face grows wide as he fumbles for his holster. I feel the lead pierce my shoulder, neck, and chest. I scream that I have died 100 times and lived 1,000 years, and I'll be damned if a boy like you's gonna be the best. Yes, I'll be damned if a boy like you's gonna be the best.
Oh no, I want to know. what's going on. I want this to act out. I want to see where this goes. I want to talk to that person, whoever that person is, and be like, "Excuse you, who the fuck are you?"
We all have a lot going on in our own heads.
We're very interesting.
Impaired?
Very conflicted.
Let's just say that we didn't all start on day one here. Our stories go back.
No, they go way back.
The best kind of stories.
All right. With that, let's go ahead and dive in. Start the chronograph.
Is everyone in this time?
Yeah, we're
Is
all
that a
good.
first? Oh my goodness, it's already going. Yo.
Yeah, we're going. We're
Oh my
ready.
god, it's going! Wait, shit!
Do we need to start over?
Good.
I started like a second early.
Okay, all right, let's stop and try again. I need
All right, hold
I
on.
was starting the backup recording, and I was like, "Yay, woo!" And then I pulled my Audacity up, and I looked over, and it said 2 seconds, and I was like,
That was cruel.
Do we need to start over?
Yeah,
Let's
Let's go ahead and do
let's-
that.
That's good, because I was messing with my mic so much, I had to adjust my gain, so... Alright, do we need to reload the chronograph page? Oh no, it's
Nope,
going.
I just needed to reset it. All right,
Okay,
everybody
ready
ready
now.
this time.
"Yes."
All right,
Yes.
starting.
How long you been
now.
waiting on that one?
Hey, Gabby. So what's up?
Okay.
Start on-
Testing.
Okay.
I almost wish that had been caught on the audio. Just it was so funny.
That would have been a great post-credit.
It's on the backup and the backup.
All right.